we can put our hands on here.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tamari and this is Middle C Music, and I'm introducing to you two characters who will be our sample students for today, and they will be Fred and Wilma from the Flintstones. Meet Fred and Wilma.
Hello.
This is their first lesson at piano, and at the end of this lesson, Fred and Wilma will know three concepts. They will know the major scale, they will be able to sing and play it, they will know a little bit about fingering and rhythm, and they may even be able to come out being able to play a simple song or the beginning of a simple song. This may sound amazing, too good to be true, but we are going to make it happen, aren't we, Fred?
We're going to do it.
Determined.
How about that, Wilma?
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right, now having said that, I'm going to start with the scale, and I'm just going to play it, watch, and just listen to the letters, and then I'm going to have one of you play it, and the other one will say the letters. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Now, Fred, would you play that same scale for us down here? And Wilma, you and I will say the letters. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. Now, Wilma, would you do the honors of playing the scale? And Fred and I will say the letters. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C.
Oh, I forgot. Ring finger.
Great job. Now we're going to really practice these notes. I am not going to say the letters this time. Just Fred and Wilma will say these letters. And Fred will play all the way to middle C, which is right here at the center to the left of the two black keys and the middle of the name of the piano. Then Wilma will take over from there. Go ahead. Start with A. Say.
C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Say it.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
F, G.
Wait, is this one just G? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C.
Good. Now, Wilma and Fred, how would you do going backwards? Shall we test that? Let's test it.
What letter are we going?
C, B, A,
G, F, E, G.
C,
C, B, A,
A,
G.
G,
F,
E,
E, D.
Thank you, Alice. Now, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's much more difficult for the students to go backwards than it is to go forwards. So at this point, I recommend parents take a label maker or a piece of masking tape and label the notes. There's no shame in it with all the letters until the students can play and say the notes backwards as well as forwards.
Just
and
no
with a little
Sharpies.
practice every single day, they will know the names of the notes backwards as well as forwards. Thank you so much, Fred and Wilma. And now we're going to do something else, something completely different. Listen carefully as I tap, and I'm going to have you clap back exactly what you hear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your turn. Listen. Beautiful. Okay, now, if I showed you this, What am I doing? 1, 2, ready, clap. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is exactly what you did before, but it's a picture of it. How about this? Steady beat. Ready? 2, 3, 4. Now, by the time you got here, we had no numbers, but you guys knew what to do. Excellent job. Okay, now, how about this one? This is a concept called a rest. When you do a rest is a silent note. We open our hands. Okay, let's try that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, rest, rest, 4. Rest, 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 4. 1, rest, 1, rest. Awesome job! You guys give each other a high five. Good. Now, all right, behave yourselves, kids. All right, the last but not least, we're going to learn the beginning of a song. See if any of you recognize this song. If you do, raise your hand and tell me exactly what it is.
Stairway to Heaven. Mary had a little lamb.
Oh, Fred wins. Fred wins. Okay, now listen carefully because I'm going to call on one of you to duplicate what I just did. Okay, Wilma. Almost. Wilma, watch the fingers that I'm using.
Oh, I didn't do the right fingers.
Watch again.
Oh, we didn't do the hand thing though.
Ah, did we
forgot
do?
the hand lesson? I think.
Okay.
It's okay.
I gotta hit the stop button. Oh, actually, you'll keep holding, and then I'll edit it out, okay? All right, so here is a tracing of Wilma's hand.
So let's hold it here for a second so I can see it because I won't
Yeah,
be able to
that's
see
a tracing of Wilma's hand.
it. My right hand.
Yes, this is Wilma's right hand. Wilma, would you tell me what the thumb is called?
Number 1.
And the index?
2.
And the middle finger?
3.
And the
4,
ring
Pinky.
finger?
5.
And the pinky. Good. Now, would you place these 5 fingers on the 5 notes and play and say the numbers?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And go backwards.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Excellent job.
Easier
Now-
than the letters.
Fred, is this your right hand or is your left hand?
It's my hand.
Excellent. Now, would you kindly say what the pinky is called in the left hand?
5.
And the
4,
ring finger?
3.
Middle finger?
2.
And
1.
thumb. Good. Now, would you place that left hand on the keys for me, please? On 5 on the C, 4 on the D, 3 on the E, 2 on the F, 1 on the G. And one at a time, say and play the number.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now, other way, backwards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you so much. Now, notice, ladies and gentlemen, that Fred's left hand is a mirror image of Wilma's right hand. So the hands are actually not the same, which makes piano playing quite a challenge. But once we memorize and we're not getting ourselves all mixed up into a pretzel, it actually wakes up both sides of the brain because the left hand and the right hand are doing completely different things with completely different fingers. Thank you so much. Now we're going to learn that song. Okay, raise your hand, either one of you, if you can recognize this song. Oh, Fred knows. What is it?
That's Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Excellent. Okay,
Again.
now watch the fingers that I'm using to play that. Wilma, would you be good enough to duplicate what you just saw? And Fred, would you do that down here? Placing your 3rd finger on the 3rd note. Excellent job. Okay, so you can see this is how the song would be taught in the beginning lessons. Thank you so much for listening. And you can see that both Fred and Wilma learned all three concepts. They learned the scale. They learned how to internalize that scale by playing it and saying it, learning the names of the notes. They learned a little bit about rhythm, listening to rhythm, and being able to see symbols of rhythm and duplicate them. And the third concept is they both learned how to play the beginning of a song. Great job, Fred and Wilma!